I'm here this time. Just take me.
I'm all the way up. All the way up. I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. This is exclusive.
What up guys, it's your boy Jarek Drip Mode, and as you can see, we're in my showroom. This is where my whole collection is at. So today I was starting to rearrange some of my horror figures, and I was noticing that my Pennywise collection is getting big. I was like, man, I got a lot of room to do another dial. So that's what today's idea is gonna be, is to build another dial for my Pennywise It collection. And the idea that I'm having is, do you guys remember in part 2, the funhouse scene? So there's this scene towards the end of the funhouse scene where it's a maze. It's a glass house maze with mirrors and stuff. And there's this kid that he gets stuck at the end. And Pennywise kind of corners him towards the end and seals him in this glass box. And he's there. And he's coming after the kid. And he started banging his head against this glass. And he eats the kid. That's the scene that I want to build. So I'm going to mention the materials I'm going to be using throughout the video. So watch the video. And guys, let's get to it. Alrighty, so as you can see, this is, I always start with the sketch. So this is the top view. And this is basically the 2 rooms. This is where Pennywise is at. And this is where the little kid's at. So here's the perspective of it. So yeah, so this is basically a box. And the walls are going to be glass. The top is going to be a mesh with light that's going to be flickering. A white floor. Inside this room is going to be a red drape. And Pennywise will be there with the glass shattered. And then on this room, the mirror, this will be the mirror. And this will contain the kid. Alright, so as you can see here, we got some plexiglass. They sell them in a sheet, 8x10, so I was able to get it cut in half. I got extra just in case. Got a red bandana for the drape. We have a white mesh. This is for sewing. I'm gonna use this top mesh for the ceiling, and then I'm gonna be able to put these LED lights. Alright. 2 mirrors. These are 7.5 by 7.5. You get these at Hobby Lobby. And then I have some foam. Don't know yet if I'm going to go this direction, but I'm using foam to be the foundation so I can insert the pieces. Alright, so as you can see, I already started kind of just putting things together. Nothing's glued. As you can see, I'm using spray cans to hold these mirrors, but real quick, it's already working. Now, I got some balsa wood, and what I'm thinking is it would be holding these pieces together.
That was no help. Andy's going, Jim's out. What's going on here? I mean, okay,
So yeah, so now you see that they're cut into the foam as a support for the wall.
Yeah, the paints are water-based.
Here's where I'm at. So with the foam board as the core, it's a strong one. It's the thick one. So I drilled 4 holes, and these holes are for the balsa wood that I installed behind the mirrors. So the plan is to be able to just insert them. And now they can stand up. Alright. And you get that funhouse mirror reflection inside. I'm gonna prime this with white gesso. This is the gesso that I'm always using. Bob Ross uses this on his canvases just to It acts like a prime, but at the same time, it's really thick and it gives it texture. So. Moving right along, guys. So here is a mesh. They use this for sewing. I found this at Michael's. They also have it at Hobby Lobby. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this mesh to be my roof. Okay. I'm using these beams just to kind of keep the mirrors tight. That just gave me an idea. Yeah, if I glue the wooden beams, and I probably have to make another one here, to the mesh, it will keep this support, will support my light. Versus the middle glass, I could put something between that mesh as a thing to hold this glass.
But he seems happy. He's certainly been cooking around a lot. I love Goofy Jim.
Welcome.
Alright, so I'm gonna make my own curtain. Now, if you saw my Knights of the Creep video, I talked about liquid stitch. You don't need to know how to stitch cloth with this guy. So what I'm gonna do is just basically fold these guys thin and then glue the tips. And then the second one not glue it, and the second one glue it. So that's the pattern that I used in the past, and it worked it was a very good outcome. So alright, so as you can see, I already folded it. And what I did is I got like those shish kebab sticks and put it to the top. And that's gonna be hold on top. So I want you to notice that right here I put Velcro so that I can actually clip the curtain to the back. Alright, next up, I installed 2 small pieces of wood, and this is what's gonna give the glass its position. I also added the insert as well on top. Alright, so next up is the glass. Now, the good thing about the way I'm building it is everything is mobile, so I could change pieces in and out. So this is plexiglass, this is not glass, and I'm using my solder tool. It has a little X-Acto tip, and it's really hot right now. So what I'm gonna do is, there's a star. So you do it across. The more inconsistent, the more realistic it looks. So I got some lines there. Now I'm gonna start at connecting them from each one to another. Now they don't have to be perfect. It's cracked glass, so it's supposed to look random. Ta-da-da-da. Here you go, guys. Here is the Mirror Maze from the It Chapter 2. This is the scene where the little kid, he goes in through a mirror maze and Pennywise corners him into a corner of the maze, and then he starts scaring him by banging his head against the glass, and then at the end Pennywise gets him. So that scene was really cool and I really wanted to create it, so here it is. So let me just real quick break it down. Alright, here's I'm using the Well House Pennywise, and I'm using John Connor as the kid. I don't have any other kid, but John Connor would have to do. And then I want you guys to notice that I also made a box. This box is to just cover the whole dial after it's assembled, and you'll see why. So we're gonna start off with the foam base. Alright, we're gonna insert the mirrors. We're gonna insert the plexiglass with the glass shattered. So we're gonna put it in between. Have it sit right there for a time being. There is a little level right there just to let you know where the glass is supposed to go against. So I have an additional just kind of like hinge just to keep it steady. Then I got the curtain. Then I got the light. Put it right in the middle. Test it out. Perfect. John Connor. So as you can see, I mean, it looks pretty cool like this, right? But I'm not really so crazy about exposing all the, I guess, the behind the scene of the dial, right? So to complete this dial, I decided to add a lid with the window. So it covers everything. And once I turn on the lights, ta-da, it looks great. Looks great. I'm actually really happy with this build. Using the mirrors was a first for me, and I love the trickery with using two mirrors. This one for me was real fun, and it was actually like stepping outside the box, and then kind of also looking at the dial as a whole, like almost like a product. One thing that I'm thinking about now is actually adding like the logo to this piece. But yeah, so it was a fun project, a small one, but definitely outside the box. And guys, I hope you guys enjoyed and learned from this build. We don't always have to use the traditional materials that we always use. Alright, so guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hit that like button, write a comment, and if you haven't, hit subscribe. Alright guys, peace.